Hello, and welcome to week 5 of Commissioner's Corner guest appearance. Unfortunately, I lost a bet with Sean this week, and here we are. So let's dive right into this since I'm probably already late on this thing since it's late Wednesday night here. And get to one of the somewhat exciting matchups of the week. Overall, just not a lot of excitement here, so I'm going to be pulling for some jokes. So yeah, first and foremost, yep, losing to Sean obviously. Sean kind of hitting a little stride here with Kyler Murray, Stephon Diggs kind of stepping up to kind of where they need to be. Jeff Wilson had a good game. Um, Ultimately, though, it just came down to one perfect coaching on my part. Started exactly who I need to for this round. But second, just had a lot of injuries that it's going to be a struggle this next week to how we can make up for this. After 3-0 start, 2 losses, got to pretty much be on the back of CMC and Mark Andrews, and hopefully Brees Hall here to see how I can recover from these injuries. Next, we got Tim and Ryan. Again, not really exciting matchup here either. Ryan had Patrick Mahomes with a QB2, 4, close enough. But ultimately, Tim had that consistency with Jalen Hurts and Cooper Kupp kind of leading the way. Fortunately, Jalen Hurts does have a pretty tough upcoming match this weekend. So we'll see how kind of Tim plays that. Potentially might pick up a different quarterback. Not sure how he's going to handle that. Let's see. Also with Ryan's team, we talked about Mahomes, Devontae Adams. Kind of coming out on the Raiders. Unfortunately, he was docked about 10 points for the shove of the reporter, which could have been the difference here. Who knows? And poor Skip, 0-5 start. So we are getting closer to the naked lap. I know we're all thinking it. I'm going to say it. So looking forward to that, Skip. We continue this streak. Now Mikey, breaking out from here with Crikey, Lamar Jackson, QB1, QB2, still pretty close. Light day, but still was able with Derrick Henry finally coming back. Josh Jacobs, Tyler Lockett, coming out of nowhere with that one. Kind of see how Mikey continues here. I think he's like the second highest scoring team right now. So we can see if he can be carried off if King Henry's back or if this is a fluke the last couple weeks. Again, bold move with Trevor Lawrence. Melissa's scared to look at his photo, so I'm not allowed to start him on any of my lineups. But you went with him anyway for some reason. Never trust the Jags. I live in Jacksonville. I'd have the 10 points. Zeke, again, I'd start Pollard. And the Cowboys, 22. Obviously, I would start that defense. Justin Jefferson, number 1 picks. Looks like another good week for him. Not sure if it's still worth it. Other than that, probably looking for some waiver wire pickup, Skip. We'll see how you kind of play out, but I'm looking for the defeated season already. We got Big Lou and Brittany. Brittany, scoring a lot of points here, but has that 1-4 record. Not much to show for it. And Big Lou, 4-1, same record as the Cowboys, coming in hot. Let's kind of see what they did here. So Tom Brady, kind of the boomer pick of quarterbacks I've come to learn. My dad's also a Tom Brady fantasy football starter. It's got to be a thing. Saquon Barkley, a lot of risk here at the beginning of the season. Kind of ended up paying out for him. I think he's like RB7, 3, close enough. And Dalvin Cook stepping up. So that's a pretty good show out here with 136 points. I think, stomp of the week, shit. Oh yeah, this one, Stomp of the Week by Skip. So yeah, that's probably like 3 of them for Skip. I wonder if there's a prize for that. Yeah, Brittany with Jonathan Taylor on the bench. Who knows if he's coming back this week? Oh, which goes back. I had Hines, who also got hurt. I didn't mention that either. I should write notes down for this or something. But yeah, Jacoby Myers on the bench. So a lot of decisions here by Brittany. See if Jonathan Taylor's going to be starting this week. Moving on. Closest matchup of the week. Brian over Zach. Again, no one broke 100 here, so not very exciting. But Brian managed to squeak through. With Zach, not a lot going on here. I look at his team. I haven't really looked at it really yet, and it reminds me of like a 2020 fantasy football team with like Alvin Kamara. I guess Debo was last year. Zach Ertz, Juju Smith-Schuster. I feel like there's not a lot of new blood here. Looks like he did make all the right choices, though. I'm sure he was worried about that in terms of who to start here. Cam Akers. So we're kind of interesting moving on to next week. Brian, kind of going with Joe Burrow, has been a no-show most of this year. Not really the performance. 17 points is not bad, I guess. But other than that, Austin Eckler having a good game. Not a lot here. So we'll kind of see how he handles that. Maybe Ayuk or some of the other players, but all right, in our only 5-0 team, Paul again coming through hot, beating Jeff, who's now 1-4. QB1 here, Josh Allen. Yep, QB1. Putting up 35 points, had like 4 or 5 touchdowns against a terrible Pittsburgh team, so that really should be half points for them. Amari Cooper, former Dallas Cowboys, finally hitting his stride in Cleveland somehow. Who we got? Leonard Fournette. How do you get 30 points? He's actually been pretty good. So Lenny, last two weeks, kind of stepping up. So we'll monitor that situation in Tampa Bay. As Tom Brady gets older, he's got to hand it off more. And then 18 points by a kicker. Defense and special teams wins champion. That's why the Cowboys are going all the way this year. But this is the way to do it. On Jeff's side, I got to say, got a lot of faith in Russell Wilson for some reason. Let's see what he's been doing. 17, 11, 9. Okay, so one good game, 9, which is an awful game. Watched about 30 seconds of a highlight. It was way too much for me. So not sure what we're going to do here. Russell Wilson, are you going to stick with him? You have Geno Smith. Oh, it's going to be a tough choice. Geno Smith, old Seattle quarterback, number 6 quarterback right here. So who are you going to start now? That's a bold choice. I'd probably go Geno Smith, but what do I know? I'm on a 2-game losing streak. Let's see. Najee, Sean definitely having his prime. I don't think he's really done it this year. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, 29. Kind of outdated there. And I think Nick Chubb's RB1. Yeah, RB1. So you got one good guy. Yeah, he's actually doing pretty good. But, on Cleveland, so I'm not sure how much you can trust that there. But yeah, Paul. So that's pretty much not a lot of exciting games. We can go take a look at the standings. Here we go. Let's see. In the East, again, Mikey at the 4-1. You got Paul over here, but I wouldn't want to pay attention to these playoff percentages, which we proved last year are not really correct, but we would, look at them anyways because that 4% chance. Other than that, you still got pretty much half the field still in the game here. Notice I'm ahead of Sean, but for some reason I have a lower playoff percentage. Not sure the math there. We'll check it later. I do want to point out in just overall season stats, everyone, Skip's undefeated, blah, blah, blah. You do love to see this, though. Most points against. So we got to keep doing that, keep performing, and getting to that defeated season. Let's see. Do I have to do anything else? Standings. Okay, yeah. I was like writing down what else. All right. I think that's it for Commissioner's Corner this week. I do want to say I got one more weekend here, and then I'm gone for a few months. So I think Oshai's taking over for me. He's got a pretty big road ahead of himself to get our team back to where they need to be. Make sure you guys keep reading the news over the next week and stay on top of the stuff going on over there in Russia and Ukraine, and everyone stay safe, and I'll probably talk to you guys here in a few months. See ya. Off.